Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, Traveling with Jose. I'm Jose, and for today's video I want to do a quick Q&A response video. I got a message not too long ago from a viewer, someone just like you, who sent me a message. Since his message is extensive, there's a lot of questions that I thought you would want to know that answer questions about me, the military, and Japan in general. I thought I would do this video. Like I've said before, I'm here to help, so if you send me a message, I'll reply as fast as possible. Who knows, maybe I'll do another Q&A video if I get enough questions. I'm going to go ahead and read his message verbatim just so you can get a feel of what his message sounded like. Hi Jose, I'm Eric, a future sailor for the United States Navy. I stumbled across your YouTube channel while watching videos about the Navy, and you have a pretty cool thing going for you here. Thank you, and yes, I hope to help as many people as possible. I'm actually headed on my way to the United States Naval Academy as I have actually just graduated high school. Firstly, congrats on graduating high school, and secondly, congrats on making it to the Naval Academy. From your message already, I can see that you're going towards the officer route. There is officer and there is enlisted. So in the route towards officer, I know you're going to have a lot more schooling, a lot more in-depth training on everything Navy oriented. One of those benefits of going towards the officer route is that you will be in charge of a lot of people. One day you might just be in charge of me. Who knows? Much like you, I desire to travel the world to discover many places, people, and things. I feel like the Navy will help me do this. I have a few questions for you. I'm ready to answer them. What do you do in the Navy, and what is your job? My job, my rate, is Aviation Ordnance Man, or for short, AO. I know I haven't told you guys what my job entails. I'm going to tell you just a little bit right now because I'm also planning on doing an in-depth video about my rate, about my job, and what I do on my day-to-day, what I do out to sea, and what I do here while I am in Japan. But to give you a brief summary, AO is divided into 5 divisions, G1 through G5. I am in G1. I work with bombs. I work with missiles. Sounds like something from the movies, right? Well, not really. I'll let you know more later. In my rate, I take care of the gear that transports these bombs, these missiles, and what I do is I don't make them, I don't push any buttons. I merely transport these bombs and missiles from one place to the other, safely and effectively. So now that you know that, you can go ahead and ask any questions that you might want to ask, because I know that is a big thing that I just talked about. Were you assigned your job from someone else? Did you get to pick your job? Okay, so I went through the MEPS process just like everybody does. With my physical scores and my ASVAB, something was calculated and I got to pick from a couple of jobs. AO was the job that seemed more interesting to me, and that's why I chose it. The other jobs, they didn't really seem so interesting, so I didn't choose them. How long have you been in the Navy? How long do you intend to serve? Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I joined the Navy to travel the world, to save some money, to get out of my comfort zone. I, however, right now, how everything looks, do not plan on making this a career. This is just a step that I wanted to take in furthering my life into whatever I wanted it to be. I do want to let you guys know that it does have its downs, so don't think this is all just paradise. Don't think this is a dream job either. Right now I've been in the Navy for 2 years and 8 months. I joined the Navy September 11th, 2013. Of course you know September 11th, and of course you know what it means to America. So to me especially, that day just came kind of like a signal, like a sign that I'm headed towards the right path, that I'm doing what I should be doing at the moment that I'm doing it. I can't really explain it any better, but it's just a sign. Sometimes life just gives you that sign and you go for it. What is your current rank? My current rank right now is E3. The enlisted rankings go from E1 to E9. I've been in E3 ever since I got into the Navy, and that's because I did JROTC for 3 years at my high school. Just to let you know, there are different ways to get E2 or E3 in boot camp. One of those ways is to do a good job and be a leader. Another way is to pass certain tests that they give you in boot camp. So when they tell you to study up, study up. What is your favorite thing about the Navy? My favorite thing right now in the Navy is how many different kinds of people I meet. I see so many people from different backgrounds. At the end of the day, we have one mission and we complete that mission. You don't look at anybody's differences, you don't look at anybody's views. Yes, there are people that have different views than I do in the military, but you know what? We put those aside and we focus on one thing. So I think that's pretty amazing, and I wish maybe the world could do that a little bit more. Just put aside differences and focus on one issue. What ship do you serve on? Do you switch what ships you stay on frequently? My first duty station is on an aircraft carrier here in Japan. I personally have a contract to stay here for 3 years, but I can apply to extend a year and then move on to somewhere else, whether it be another aircraft carrier or a smaller ship. After those years, if I re-enlist, I'll be able to go onto shore duty, but those are decisions that I'm going to make once the time comes. I am waiting for another sign. Why did you want to go to Japan so bad? What is your favorite thing about Japan? I've been wanting to come to Japan ever since high school. I remember around 10th or 11th grade, so around 2010, 2011, that's when I really started focusing on traveling the world, and one of those places that I wanted to live in was Japan. One of the first things that attracted me to Japan was the commercials. One day I was on YouTube, I saw a compilation video about commercials from Japan, and my thinking was just like, they're so funny, they're so interesting, they're so weird, like how does a country make these kind of videos? And from what I had heard like a long time ago before then was that it was a reserved country. My gears just started turning and I wanted to learn a little bit more about Japanese people, but after commercials came anime, and after anime came, hey, I want to learn the language that I keep listening into, these anime. So since 2010 it's just been all about learning about Japan, so that's why I wanted to come. And now that I'm here, I don't take any day for granted and I'm living my dream. I've gotten this question asked before, what is your favorite thing about Japan? There's two things that are my favorite things about Japan, and one of them is convenience. I can conveniently go to any 7-Eleven, Family Mart, Lawson, get a nice meal. I can pay my bills there if I wanted to. I can buy almost anything. Open 24 hours a day. I don't need a car here. I can take the train system anywhere I want. I'm only living an hour and a half away from Tokyo, so every weekend I can go to Tokyo and it's pretty affordable. Anywhere I go, I can get good food and I don't have to worry about the service. I think that's just so convenient. I don't have to tip. Something else that is my favorite thing about Japan is just how they think here. Everybody here is geared towards how the group feels, how one's actions are affecting the whole group and not how my own action is affecting myself. How long do you usually stay in a different country when in the Navy? I'm thinking about it in two different ways. One of them is, okay, so you're stationed in a country and how long are you there? So it just depends. I know one person that's working with me right now, she was in Spain for 1 year and then she came here and she has to be here 2 years, whereas this is my first time here and I'm here for 3 years and that's the minimum. So it always just depends. Now the other way I thought you meant it was when we pull into a country. So like, you know, we do get to visit different countries while we're out at sea. Let's say I'm going to Guam, which is a small island in the middle of nowhere. So usually we're there 4 to 5 days. It all just depends. What other countries have you been to while in the Navy? So I'm going to start from the very beginning of my Navy path. I went to Illinois for boot camp, and then I went to Florida for school. Then I went to California for a little bit more school. I came to Japan. So after Japan, I went on a deployment. I got to see Guam. That was awesome. So after Guam, went to South Korea. From South Korea, went back to Japan, stayed there a couple months, and then we went back out. I saw Australia, I saw California for a couple more weeks, came back to Japan, went on vacation, got to go to South Korea and Taiwan. Leaving on deployment soon, and I'm for sure gonna see one new country, so I'm super excited about that. While stationed, do you live aboard the ship or do you live in the city where the port is? Does it vary whether or not you live aboard the ship? When I first got to Japan, I lived on the ship. I lived on the ship for 1 year. That was really annoying because we're out to sea and all we have is our little room, and then we come back to import and all we have is our little room still. Knowing that there are people that have barracks or are housed on base. But after you do your time, you do get to get a room. After that first year I got a room, and in some of those videos you saw that there's a bunk bed behind me, and that's how we live. 2 bunk beds in 1 room, so 4 people to each room. It's not bad. We have a kitchen, we have a restroom, so a little bit more comfort there. Well, here in Japan, once you go up in rank, you can get an apartment. Also, your rent is going to be paid for by the Navy. Hopefully one day I can make rank. How is free time managed? I'm sure you're not just allowed to travel whenever you want, right? We do have free time here and there. Depending on which job you have, you get less free time. With my job, I'm pretty happy with the free time that we get. I've been on a really good shift where I'm working from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So not bad. After work I get to go home and do whatever I want, and for me right now it's making these videos. You do get vacation days here in the Navy. With those vacation days you can travel. Yes, you can go to anywhere within Japan, or you can write up some paperwork and go all the way back to America. Now there's some countries that are high risk countries for travel, so if you want to actually try to go to those countries, there's more paperwork involved, and your chain of command, your supervisors will let you know if you can go or not. So he ends his message with, "Sorry for raining you down with all these questions. It's just the adventures you're able to have in the Navy really interest me. Keep up the good work, and I hope you keep your channel going." Yes, I plan on keeping my channel going. Thank you for the support. Thank you for this message. This is the kind of messages that I like. I know I didn't have too many people to go to get some help, so whatever, if I can do my part, then that's all I really need. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. This is my first Q&A, so I don't know how it went. Hopefully it looks good, and I'm pretty sure I answered all those questions to the best of my abilities. And as always, expect a video in 2 weeks. I'm still going, I'm still on a roll, and for sure I have videos that are waiting to be uploaded. Stay tuned. Before I forget, don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you want to see all the pictures that I take here in Japan, all the countries that I visit. That's Traveling with Jose. Also, when I go out to sea, and if you want to send me a message, the best place to send me a message to is my Facebook page, Traveling with Jose. I have left the links in the description box below, so check that out. And that's it. Until the next video, don't be a stranger. I'll see you guys around. Take care. Bye.